tēnā rawa rā tātou, tātou mātou, kua huri ake mai nei ki roto ki ngā kōrero a Hawaikirangi tēnei rā, tēnei o ngā pare ārau, tēnei te ngahuru māwaru o ngā rā o te maramarua, rua mano, rua ngahuru mātahi, kia tātou e whai nei, e pairawa nei, ki tēnei o ngā hōtaka. He hōtaka i te reo, hoi anō, he hōtaka te nunga wana kōrero, kai roto i te reo Pākehā. He tino hiahia no hoku kia noho tonu ki te reo matua, ia tahu māka ka nui matua, i te reo hapu, i te reo āhapu ureta rewa rānei. Hoi anō, karakau e tāe ana, te nuinga o tātou mātou tāngata i waho ki e atu nā, karakau rātau te tino mātou rawa ki te reo. Karakau te tino, karanoi tino āroha atu ki te reo tūturu. He ako tonu no rātau ki tēnei tāonga nei te reo tūturu. Me te mātau rawa ki ngā hohonutanga i te tāonga pēnāna i te reo tūturu e kawe atu nā. Kareu te reiti tēnei rā engari e mahara atu ana hau ki tētahi waiata me te whaiwāhia no hoki ki tētahi o ngā kaiwaiata. I te rā wiki, iāhua kokoti atu te hōtaka, no reira kāhua, hōhā atua hau i tērā tūāhua a WMG, ka kokoti atua i taku pāho haere i tērā wiki, i tērā rā pare ārau i roto i taku hōtaka e tahi pauaiata i roto WMG. WMG, World Music Group, ana i roto i e tahi ture, karakau te tika ki te whakamahi atu i e tahi i roto i te hōtaka whakaata i tētahi mea. Kai kite atu, kai whai tonu atu anō hoki e te tāngata, whakamahi atu i e rā mea, whakamea atu i e rā mea. He moni, he pūtea moni, ahara nei. Kai roto i taua whai, te wāriu moni. Hoi anō, karakau o hoku, e tā mā, me taku hōhā rawa ki tērā. Engari, kari tino roa i roto i te rāmereke, ka puta atu ki roto ki te whārangi, pai tukutuku, o Hawaikirangi i roto RFM, tērā o ngā pai tukutuku o RFM. No reira, kai te pai, e āhua whakaaro atu ana hau ki roto ki tēnei rā, ki te whai atu, ki te mea tia anotia, tērā o ngā hōtaka, tērā o ngā wā pāho i te hōtaka. Hoi anō, ko te āhua nei kua tino pai, kua tino, kare anō au i mātakitaki atu, engari ki te atu, i whakaatu atu e mekaere, tērā o ngā hōtaka ki au i te whārangi pai tukutuku, nā reira i tino pai a hau ki tērā i tēnei atanei. Ana i whakarete atu anō a hau ia Matt Raiwa ko Carl kia hara mai tēnei rā. No te mea rā hoki i mea no, i ki te atu anō ai i te hōtaka ki te whārangi pai tukutuku, nā reira, i tino tau haere hau, ka whakarite haere i a Carl Raiwa ko Matt. Engari a Carl, karekau ia i te tae kia haramai. Hoi anō a Matt, kai te tauwhangāti tonu ki a Matt. Kua kōrero atu ki aia, kua takoto atu i ngā kōrero, i ngā huatanga. Ka pā tātai karere mai i tana wāea. Engari karekau au i tai atu ai ki aia taku karere wāea ana. I te tātai karere tanga atu ki aia. Ka whakao mai. Hoi anō, i whakao atu anu ai e Mikaere, no te mea i te waia Mikaere āhau i te atatonu nei, e tātai karere atu ana ki aia. Hoi anō, kare anō āhau i ki te atu anō tāna. Kare anō āhau i ki te atu anō tāna. No reira, e kine pēr ka haramai tonu, e kine pēr korekau. Nare tēnā, tai whanga tonu atu ai. Ana, haere tonu ai tātai kuang. Ki o te ki te ruku haere i ngā taonga ātāhua te wahine ki roto ki te taonga nei o te puoro kiingi mangu. E kōrero atu ana nā anō i te rāwiki, te taha tonu ki te wairua, te wahine kaharawai, tino kahai. I roto i te taha ki te reo hua ātau anō. Ārahi anō, hoi anō, te reo waiata, te reo tihi orioria, te wahine. He momo, he tino momo, ne? He momo tino e kawe atu ana iai i tō nā hurei ki roto ki tēne o ngā puoro, ne? Ana me te kawe haere o te puoro, te purei o te puoro, te whakatangitangi mai o te puoro nei, o te reo, o te mea, o te puoro ki ingi mangu, he tino ātāhua, tino kaha nei, tohunga nei, kai te ao. Engari, tētahi tino mate, karekau te tino nui ngā wahine, e hiehi ana te ārahi i te pēne puoro ki ingi mangu, karekau te tino nui. Koi ara tētahi mate. E kene pēr no te mea ra hoki i roto i te tino whai o ngā iwi i tēnei puoro me ona wairuatanga, ona kawe wairua, ona ki roto ki te wairua, e rā tū āhuatanga katoa o te puoro. Te tāne, kai te waiho tonu atu ai, kai te whakaiti tonu atu te wahine, ia, tauwhanga tonu atu ai, kia tino pau atu te rā tū āhua ki ngā tāne. A kā mutu, ka haramai anō, ka haramai mātotoru, ka haramai pūpuhi, ka haramai ngako, mātotoru anō ai, ki roto ki te puoro, kawe tohunga tonu atu ai, i ōnana tū āhuatanga ki roto ki te puoro nei. No reira, he tino kaha, he tino pakari no te wahine ki roto ki tēnei puoro. Nā, kai te whai atu e ahau e tahi waiata. Kai hoki atu anō ahau, hoki atu anō ahau ki i te rā wiki ana, ka kokoti anō tia e te WMG ra. Hoi anō, tēnā hau me taku tatari atu, taku tauwhanga atu kia Matt, kia haramai. Me taku, ki te haramai aia, e kōrero atu ana hau ki aia, no te mea kai roto anō ia i taku pēne, i a tahu, i te pēne i a tahu. Ana ko ia tētahi o ngā kai āwhina, he pou āwhina Matt. Hoi anō, kai te tino kaha, ka tahi anō aia, ka tīmata ki roto ki te puoro nei. Ana kai te tino kaha, ko karola no tētahi, ana hiehe ana hau te kōrero ki a rāiwa to kōrua i ngā huatanga ki te puoro nei, me tā te wahine i roto i te puoro. Kati pai, tā te wahine I roto I te pōro. Hoi anō, e tā tauma, kia mihia koutou, kia mihia tātou, tātou anō e hara mai ana ia wiki, e huri mai ana ia wiki, ki roto ki ngā kōrero a te Hawaikirangi nei. Tēnei hōtaka e whakātua ana I tēnei puoro. No te mea nā hoki he taonga tonu. He taonga tonu kia tātou mātau I te rohe. I te rohe aukati. Ki te tai Hawaii aukati tai. Tai atu anō rā hoki ki roto ki ngā iwi. Ngā hapu, ngā ure tārewa hapu, ngā uri. Katoa no tātou ko mātau I te motu. Kua mātotoru haere tēnei o ngā puoro ki te motu. Engari kārakau te tino pai te kaha o te purei, hoi anō. Waihoki. Tō tātou whakaaro nui atu ki te rātu āhua, kai te pai. No te mea kai te whaitonu rā te nuinga o tātou kia kaha ke ake. No reira, he tino pai no tērā. Hoi anō, e rā waiata. Mea kai te hia tonu koutou ki te atu I tērā hōtaka, tērā pāho oku o tērā wiki. Tēnā huri atu ki te whārangi ipurangi, pae tukutuku, I mea, I te mea, I te pae tukutuku I RFM, kai reira. Kai reira tonu, kai reira tonu tērā o ngā hōtaka. Ko te hia noa, kare noa I mātaki atu ai, tērā o ngā hōtaka. Hoi anō e tātou, kai te rite atu tētahi waiata, ko te tūmanako, ka rea MG e kukoti anō ai, I tō tātou wau hōtaka I roto I tēnei wā, I runga I te mea nā, he hia no mātau, hia no hoku, ki te hōtaka kia ki te atu ai I YouTube, I pukamata, I rā paetuku katoa, I rā wāhituku katoa, ai. Nā, ki te kore ka hoa tonu anō pēr ke ahai. Hoi anō, tātou, koau. I noi atu ai ki roto ki tēnei wā I te tuatahi, ne? I noi I te tuatahi. No reinana, te Yahweh atua, atua matua kaharawa, te rungarawa. E whakaaro nui nei ia mātau, e tau tiaki nei ia mātau, e tau manaki atu nei ia mātau, ai ngā wā katoa. Ia kokoni, o tēnā mātau, ia wāpū. Ko koe ia no rā tērā whakapakari, whakakaha, whakangoi, ko koe ia no te ngoi, me te koro, I roto I ngā tūāhuatanga katoa, kua pēwhea. Nā, e tau tiaki atu ana, e tau manaki atu ana no e kokoe, o mātai whānau. O mātai whānau, o mātai uri, o mātai hapu katoa. Tai atu anō hoki ki ngā ureta rewa hapu. E te matua, te Yahweh atua kia whakamoe mititia no tia kokoe. I te mea nā kokoe ia tēnei, e whakaarahirahi nei, e tohu ake nei, e tau tiaki ake, e tau manaki ake nei, ia tahu pēne. Tēnei o ngā pēne, whakatū atu ai ki roto ki te puoro ki ingi mangu. Hai aha. Hai whai atu ngā tohungatanga ki te puoro. Ngā tohungatanga katoa. Me ona ake āhua. Ki roto ki te puoro. O hona ake whakanako-nako, whakaniko-niko anō. Kia whakamoe miti, tonutia, kokoe, i runga i te mea nei, i roto i ngā pou āwhina me ngā pou whakatakitangi o te pēne i a tahu. He tino a tāhua no ngā reuhua a tau, no ngā tohungatanga o roto i te puoro, tēne mea te puoro i te aho katoa. Kawa hoki noa i roto i te puoro ki ingi manguna. Ngari ngā kai whakatangitangi, ngā pou whakatangitangi, he tino kaha, he tino pai, he tino pakari. No reira whakamoe miti, whakamoe miti, whakamoe miti, i te ingoa te iehua. Hai korori atu anō ia koe. Āmene.
And you're up full vibes and jazz at least touch the mic is just right singing sweet melodies cause I love me I pray no matter what them want to hear me sing but now go sing I sell out for no money and no bling work smart work hard my mama soon make it and left out cause if I want shirt me have me I go ash it and sun it they work it I go do and Jazzelli she I go done it playground classroom stage show jazz run it never ready never want me to prepare for a storm I'll forever guide my life through the night and straight through the daytime forever guide my life and show me what's right the heathens that come I can't hear what they're saying I keep it alive cause my fire is burning sing if you feel the vibe forever guide my off the fire and the torch feel lighted forge under fire your cold heart can't out it we the people of the mind and the word fi declare it we're persevering been told I'm good for nothing I would never make it been abused and underrated discouraged but I now make that faze me so it's a journey road long we batter bruise and fall down but we still a walk strong cause if I want shirt me have me I go ash it and sun it do work it up it do one Jazzelli she I got done it playground classroom stage show jazz run it never ready never want me to prepare for a storm I'll forever guide my life through the night and straight through the daytime forever guide my life and show me what's right the heathens that come I can't hear what they're saying I keep it alive cause my fire is burning sing if you feel the vibe forever guide I say I have the voice that's sweeter than a sugar sweeter than a honey or a pancake syrup strength of my ancestors someone I left I put my pen to paper writing reggae music that I vibe in whether you do the wrong the right or in between thing remember the Almighty is watching I'll forever guide my life through the night and straight through the daytime forever guide my life and show me what's right the heathens that come I can't hear what they're saying I keep it alive cause my fire is burning sing if you feel the vibe forever guide my life
Jazzelli tērā e tatau mā me Forever Guide i te waru meniti te whā o ngā haora. E tatau mā, just mentioning there at, not not waru, I said waru, which is 8. Actually, it's 7 minutes. 7 minutes to, yeah. 7 minutes to 4, not 8 minutes to 4. Anyone would think I couldn't count properly. Gosh. But just mentioning there, last week's show got blocked on YouTube, got blocked on all the platforms except for Aroha Mai, Takuha Mare, Aroha Mai Tira. Got blocked on the platforms, so we couldn't see it on Facebook, we couldn't see it on, but you can see it anytime you see that our show is blocked on YouTube. E tataima, just go straight to the RFM page, look for our program and watch it on there, because you'll find it on there. I didn't even do that last week when I looked the other night, Thursday night last week, because sometimes I've got some work to do. I get into that work and I put the program on, I usually watch it. Well, that night I couldn't get it. It wasn't even on the page that night. It wasn't on the RFM page at that point in time, so I couldn't watch it and do my work. So, yeah, we missed out on that. WMG blocked it. I've got to watch those ones. Sometimes I just ka mea tiki nā tunoa e ahau te e ahau ki ngā waiata ko whiri atu ai aua waiatara, and so I select my waiata randomly sometimes, and I didn't realise I had chosen all WMG songs. So WMG is the biggest music company in the world, and they have rights to all their music, and whether your show is using their music for commercial purposes or not, they can block you off a platform like Facebook. There was Jazz Elise. Yeah, Jazz Elise is one of the latest and current rising stars in the reggae world. Yeah, I was also saying there in the reo of, in the main medium of Tahumaka Kanui Matua, or the reo Matua of Tahumaka Kanui Matua, that we also, because the show was blocked last week, I was firstly going to redo that show and just choose some different music, but yeah. Apparently, we the show did end up showing up on the web page of RFM, and so yeah. I saw that this morning. Michael showed me that this morning, and I was glad to see that. I thought, oh wow, because I thought it got totally blocked. And so it is there. It is on the web page, in our Hawaikirangi page in the RAFM web page. So, lucky for that, because I enjoyed that show. It was really balanced. It was really well put together, except I randomly, as I do, chose the waiata for that particular program, and I chose all WMG, which is not a good thing. But Savannah we got coming up next with Nobody Man. Okay, hopefully is it a WMG? Actually, they don't even have any of their tohu or anything like that on any of these things, so it's no wonder I don't know which is which. But the last one had a different music company, so it wasn't, I don't know if it's a WMG group music company, but let's see. At least we can still get it on the RFM page, okay? So if you don't see it on any of the platforms, any of the other platforms, please have a look on the web page And on there, you might not be able to download, well, you probably could download it to your computer, the program, and actually you can get a copy of the audio as well. So yeah, hey, and 2 minutes to 4 at the moment. I also mentioned in the Reo Matua there that Matt and Coral, because I saw the program, I thought, oh, no need to do that again. So I got on to Matt and Coral. And you know what? Coral couldn't make it. Matt sort of, he quickly got back, but he just responded that he got my message and, hasn't got back all day or mentioned whether he was coming or not. So if he does come, he's going to come late. And if he doesn't, I'll see what I can do for next week. I've also got a couple of wahine who can come in and talk to us about te taha ki te wahine, I roto I te puorone, women and their contribution to reggae music. That's what we're looking at right up to the end of March. It's going to be great fun. And I was also saying in the reel there that the women are well known for their wairua. In fact, a lot of women, it's the same in our culture, just like I said last week. The same in our culture, women tend to take a leading role in te taha ki te wairua, spiritual things. They tend to take lead roles. So, yeah, it's no wonder within reggae music, they're so strong in that area. They're also very strong in the reo huatau area, and that's within harmony structures and things like that. Backing vocals are very, very powerful, very, very strong. Very powerful instrumentalists as well. And also people, their capability of carrying the music is spot on. Yeah, they're very, very world-class, very, very good. They have an excellence that is world-class. And so the women are really showing their stuff. The only problem with the women is there's not many, like I was saying, there's not many. I was saying also that lead reggae bands, which is sad. That's a sad thing. And what I'm hoping is that in future that'll change. Women in our cultures, the same with African cultures, same with our cultures, our hapu culture, our tuturu culture, our tribal culture. When men go out, to do something with great purpose, when it's a great undertaking, like it has been with the undertaking with reggae and the spiritual coverage that reggae takes right across the world and the message that it carries. It's no wonder a lot of women have sat back and allowed the men, they've humbled themselves and allowed the men. It's just like in our culture too. Undertakings like that are particularly given to rangatira men to lead and to do be the first major wave of those people that undertake the great project. That's what happens. Yeah, women tend to sit back, and they've done that a lot in Africa. They've done that a lot in Jamaica. They've done that a lot in Europe. They've done that a lot in just about all over the world. Well, I know there's a lot more not in the industry, but playing around the fringes. So, but you know what? We've also got some. I won't have any music from them today. I haven't got anything from what's her name? I talked about her last week. There's the woman from Tauranga. I still can't remember her name because I haven't done any more coverage on them. But there's Magic Paora, who I said is probably the leading woman in reggae music in New Zealand today, Magic Paora. Her songs tend to appeal. yeah, okay, it can be argued. There's people like what's her name? The leading woman of Ardija. She could be argued to be reggae, but she's not really. She's an everything musician, so she's not really a reggae musician. And any reggae that they've put out is sort of poly funk, sort of music. So yeah, we haven't really got much reggae from her sort of side of things. Speaking about her, and but yeah, a couple of great songs there that sound reggae, but yeah, I would argue we're more Polynesian funk. Yeah. But yeah, okay. So Magic Powder for me, and I think there's a woman in Tauranga. I'll get some music on them. I'll find this woman's name. Aroha mai. Sorry about that. I haven't been able to do that yet. It's been a busy week, very, very busy week, and still not over. Tonight I don't finish till about 9:30, 11 tonight. Yeah, and so yeah. Ngā mea hai mea atu I roto I te rā. Me haere tonu, So yeah, we've got coming up next Savannah. Another one of the greats, another one of the new, just coming into the scene and taking it by storm. Yeah, again, the biggest one to take the scene has yet been Coffee. Big sellout concerts all over the world now, Coffee. Yeah, she's like everywhere all over the world, and she's playing with all the major reggae heavyweights in the world today. And also, yeah, she's very quickly joining the ranks of, going to be joining the ranks pretty soon. It shouldn't be too long of the great Judy Mowat, Marcia Griffiths, and also the mighty Rita Marley, who we've heard much of. Look, Savannah, e tātou mā. Yeah, while we talk about the women too, they're great at roots, cultured reggae. Roots, cultured reggae is just an absolute, no matter which sort of style they choose, whether it's ragamuffin dance hall style or whether it's just straight roots, lovers rock, any of those sorts of styles. They do them really, really well. And in particular, the roots and cultured style of reggae comes out of their music really, really well. They've mastered that sort of reggae with a heavy spiritual foundation to all of their reggae. So the women, yeah, they definitely have made their mark in the reggae world. Only a few of them too. There's so many men. It's probably about 90% of the reggae bands in the world are male reggae bands. What did I say in New Zealand? It's about 99% in New Zealand are all males, But we think the time will come when the women will take over. They'll start to come in because the men will start to lighten up. We hope. Or the women should just come straight in. I'd like to encourage them. Kia aki nā tue ahau. Te wahine. Kia aki nā tūrai ahau. Te wahine no te mea rā tēnā tino tohungatanga. Ngā tohungatanga o te wahine. He raka. He ātāhua noho ki te whakarongo atu. Me ngā tūāhuatanga katoa no o te honutanga ki tēnei puoro. Kai te kawe haere nei. Me te ora kē mai I roto I te tūāhua o te puoro e kawe atu ana I roto I ngā waiata te wahine. Yeah, so yeah, we've got some awesome, talented wahine toa, kuini o te puoro ki Ingi Mangi. So Kia kaha mai rā, wahinema. Tēnei waiata e whai ake nei. Nobody man. Nā Savannah. Tēnā mai anō tātou. Kahuri.
Word my while. BBC Savannah collaboration in a dancehall style. Them a call for your weekend love. I said them want to be side piece, only a night piece. Love off indecent love. And I try to make sure me want be your wife. If want to the freak and love. Me nah give myself to no man if it means that me have to go eat some bun. Cause my soul too bright and my heart too pricey. I long for love that will just never ever end. And I want you for myself. Don't think it's wrong to have these standards, no offense. I mean I like embarrassment, no one, nobody man, nobody man, nobody man. Oh me no want nobody boyfriend. It no fit my brand, nobody man, nobody man, no one's man. Oh me no want nobody boyfriend. I can't be alone if me not in the mess. Faithfulness is what me expect. My have high standards and self-respect. Not take back my shot, not take no check. Everybody love after cheating. After midnight, enough Jim screeching. But me I look for something with meaning. I mean not in the bag of excitement thing. No one, nobody man, nobody man, nobody man. Oh me no want nobody boyfriend. That no fit my brand. Nobody man. Me say nobody man, nobody man. Me say that body yeah, dedicated to the man when me love. Baby me no one other man. One man to my good good. One man give me good love. One man to my hey. Guys are slim. I say a one man to my good good. One man give me good love. One man. Nobody else. No one, nobody man, nobody man, nobody man. Oh me no want nobody boyfriend. That no fit my brand. Nobody man, nobody man, nobody else band. No one, nobody boyfriend. Said I don't want nobody else but you. Just me and you. Oh, we could be a team, share our dreams, but we have to keep it clean. No one, nobody man, nobody man, nobody man. Oh, me no want nobody boyfriend. That no fit my brand. Nobody man, nobody man, nobody man. Oh, me no want nobody.
If you enjoyed this, like and
Tēnā
subscribe.
mai anō tātou. E tātou māroa mai. Arai tēnā. Kai te ngahuru mārua meniti mai I te whā. Me taku whai atu ki tēnā wahine I roto o tauranga ko Ria Hall. Tino kahaere ana Ria Hall ki roto ki te whakameati atu I roto I te puoro I te pure. You know, she's using a lot of reggae proper within her music. So yeah, there'd be some good wahine to keep an eye on and to have a look at some point in time. I've actually got some waiata here of Ria Hall, but I'm not going to play these ones. We want some reggae ones. These are some of her jazz. She does a lot of jazz and R&B and some gospel soul, and some of these musicians, they love their playing lots of genres. I have always been in love with reggae music, but I use lots of genres in it. So yeah, all the genres within reggae music, I play them pretty well. And there are some genres that I can play that are pretty widely known as well. Rock music I like a lot, but classic rock. I don't like the rock that's sort of gone, a bit too beyond. Rock that's beyond, that loses, that takes away the classic sound of rock, is not really rock to me. To me, that's another form of music again, really. But rock musicians would probably disagree with me. And that was Savannah, another one of our wahine. You said that's Ria Hall. And she's doing pretty well, but she uses a lot of reggae proper feels in her reggae. She'll be good to watch, but I can't go past Magic Powder, who took New Zealand audiences by storm. So and she's still doing that. Working within the genres of reggae still, and very dancehall in style, so very up to date, very up with the play, up tempo, and so that's good. Yeah, I went looking for Ria's name and I found it. Ria Hall. Who would forget that name? Only me. And that happens with me sometimes. I've prepared for shows and come to the show and I forget just like that. Ware noa atu i te ahua ki te tahi mea. Rai te ingoa i te tātau ria atu o te ingoa. I te aha nei, aha ke nei. So, kai te ngahuru mao no meniti. Next up we got Lila Aiki. Yeah, the women, just like in our culture, where women have lead roles in spiritual things, they do that in reggae music as well. They particularly lead really well in that area. There's a real roots and culture basis to women's reggae, to Queen's reggae in the world, and they do it really, really well. So we've got to feature them. Coral, when she can make it, hopefully we can get her. Well, she'll be playing with the band Tahu, with our sizzling hot darlings of Tahu Mākaka Nui Matua, the Tahu. She'll be in with the band as one of the Pouāwhina, playing with the band, playing with Tahu on the 4th of March in the studio here. So we've got practice next Tuesday, so we are going to enjoy that, and I'll get to talk with Matt and Coral during that time. We never know. They may actually feel better to come in next Thursday after we've talked and practice through a couple of waiata we can use in the show, and talk through their experiences with reggae. They're in particular, they've only just started. Coral reminded me this morning that she's only just started in the music, and you know what? You wouldn't think so. We've done 3 tracks. We've worked on 3 tracks. We've got a set of 5, and in those 3 tracks, they are unbelievably it just goes to show their experience in music itself, and in their music in particular, and their ability to play music. With all that behind them, even being starters at reggae, you wouldn't think it. So expect big things on the 4th of March. But I sort of want to get a feature of them before then, because it's exciting working with people that can excel in a music that in New Zealand, hey, I tiri o te moana, we're not really doing as well as we could in. Okay, and there's lots and lots of our music to cover, so the show's got a long way to go through coverage of all our music. We've also got a couple of women who will come in either next week or the week after. They are from the, one is in midwifery, and the other is a secondary school teacher. Now she will, secondary school training teacher, sorry. And so she will, they will both come in and talk to us about, they're in particular really interested in women's issues and the women, their side of things, and they like my show. They've seen a couple of episodes, our shows, should I say. Sūtahu Trust, ko Sūtahu Trust, Tahu Investments Limited, aroha mai. Te pūtea moni tautoko I te hōtakane. So it's our show, not mine. And Tahu is the band. That's what the band ended up. First the band's name was Hawaikirangi, and that's why we called the show Hawaikirangi. But along the same lines, we decided to put a real professional name to it. I wasn't really fussed, but yeah, I knew that would come up, and it did. And so we ended up calling the band Tahu. And that's going to do us very, very well. Tahu, the band, is becoming very well known. And especially after we play on the 4th of March in the studio. That'll be our first live set. We've not yet taken any gigs. We're going to very, very soon, and so we'll get to record those gigs and bring them into the studio and actually share them with you. Some songs off those gigs, and talk around them, bring people in to talk around them, people that went to the shows, and all that sort of thing. So that's 4th of March, but hopefully we can get Matt and Cole. We've already spoken to Rob. Rob was really good, Rob. He's also a great musician. He is one of the Pouā Whina of the group, and he assists and supports us there. Coral, I'm pretty sure, can help us with, women in the music. They sort of set into their roles, but I think just like in reggae music, probably it's around all music. Not a lot of women tend to go in as leaderships, as a leadership in the groups, as leaders. I personally would like to see a lot more of that. I think, especially in reggae, a lot of the women have got some absolute, top musicianship, instrumentalists. As instrumentalists, they are some of the finest in the world, and some of their voice work is some of the reggae voice work is some of the finest also in the world. So yeah, we can look forward to more of that, and coming up, Lila Aiki. Tana waiata hei titiro atu mātātou kuau, where I'm coming from. Habitat Studios, 1 Extra, Jamaica 2020. Hopefully that's not a WMG group. And yeah, let's go to it. Lila aiki, e haere ake tonu nei, kia tatau, kahuri.
One extra. Thanks so much, Shani B. Check what one you know, the man. Thankful for the blessings that are falling on my table. Learning my lessons, now I'm willing and I'm able to do just what I can. As humble as I am, working towards a goal, and we give thanks for helping hands. Pray for health and strength, a life, a length and peace of mind. Good people and good vibe, yes, we give thanks every time. Every single line, all when it no rhyme, we come to sing redemption songs for the people. Look at where we're coming from, looking back at where the journey began. I really have to say that I'm strong, I'm strong. All praises to the Most High One. Look at where I'm coming from, looking back at where the journey began. I really have to say that I'm strong, I'm strong. All praises to the Most High One. Make me tell you about the life of a queen in a this ya concrete jungle. Firm in a regime, now them not go see me stumble. Mama said no come a town and mix with dirty bungle. See they know me just a rise. Some a rise and some a humble. Out of Christiana, yes, me left my look for mine. Never sell my soul, me settle down and take my time. Do it for the love, so naturally the light and shine. So when I look at where I'm coming from, looking back at where my journey began, I really have to say that I'm strong, I'm strong. All praises to the Most High One. Look at where I'm coming from, looking back at where my journey began. I really have to say that I'm strong, I'm strong. All praises to the Most High One. Heights of great men, reach and kept. Remember when you got there, so you know ever left. More while you want to tile, you might have brush up like a file. Still more while you go and burn the midnight tile. It won't be an easy road, but anytime you overcome the pressure, bet that free your soul. Jah will ever give we more than we can bear. So tell me where you really have to fire. Coming from, looking back at where the journey began. I bet you have to say that you're strong, so strong. All praises to the Most High One. Look at where you're coming from, looking back at where your journey began. Hey, Johnny, hope you know, say you're strong, so strong. All praises to the Most High One. And you don't know you can't get through anything in a life without the Most High, you know? Oh, yes, yes. Say BBC, one extra. You want to know here how we reach right here, so check it. To the Most High, to the Most High, to the Most High, yes. To the Most High, 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 yes. To the Most High, to the Most High, to the Most can't forget where you're coming from in order to get to where you need to go. Oh gosh. Baby, see one extra, we say kick out them teeth.
Tino paira wā ti tērā. E tātou mā, me tō tātou titiro atono ki te wā, ruanga huru mā waru mai i te whā. Kare anō a Matt i tai ake mai, te ahua nei, kua kore pēr ke hara mai. Hoi anō, tō tātou hei mea, mea hau, haere tonu ai. Tai atu anō ai hoki ki roto ki ngā āhuatanga o te puoro i roto i te wā. I ngā kuini o te puoro. I ngā kuini o te puoro. Kare tino roa e rāngona atu anu ai e tatau tētahi anō waiata i a Judy Mott. Tērā o ngā kuini. Look, yeah, at 29 past 4, we are rolling into the best areas of Queen's reggae. Yeah, Queen's reggae. That's what we're highlighting at the moment. Queen's reggae is really, really good reggae and very widely liked and enjoyed right across by everybody, you know. And so I thought it would be good just to point out a lot of the major strengths in world-class reggae that women show. And yeah, that's okay. I haven't said much of that for New Zealand reggae, and it being 99% male reggae is probably not a really good thing. But however, yeah, let's enjoy the fact that lots of the guys are onto a good thing by looking to strengthen their ability in the music, and they're looking to use a lot of new stuff, looking to polish up some of their skills, and some of the biggest thing is the depth and the understanding of the music needs to come out. You know, because most of our people in New Zealand play the music like they don't even know it. Yeah, and to know it, you've got to understand it. So you've got to understand the roots of the music and have played it long enough to have put that understanding and experience into practice. And it's only after years and years of practice that you get the ability to be able to perfect the art of producing a good reggae song. And yeah, that takes time. That takes a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication. And I've been there. I've produced a lot of reggae songs, even back as far as 1990. A lot of my songs, even though I didn't go into the industry, a lot of my songs have been hits out there. Yeah, they've hit some big audiences, and people have really enjoyed my music, gigging around and taking my originals with me, and all reggae, you know. And you just once I think UB40, they sum it all up really well. They say that reggae is the sort of music, this is what they say, this is quoting UB40, reggae is the sort of music that when it hits you, you just got to fall, you just got to go with it, you know. And you can't help, it's a music you can't help but fall in love with it, you know. Soon as you get your reggae record, these are all quotes of UB40, you get your reggae record and you just can't stop playing it. You just can't stop playing it. You become addicted to the music. You know, that's what reggae's like. You know, it's like some people love eating chocolates all the time. Some people love eating, you know, particular kinds of lollies all the time. You know, Macintoshes, toffees. Some people, you know. Reggae music is just like that e tatauma. As we look for that waiata of Judy Mott, yet another for us. Don't they have don't they just have the I3s of Bob Marley? These are the women that were the backing vocalists for Bob Marley and the Wailers. Aren't they just amazing, eh? Aren't they just amazing? Now, this particular waiata I'm going to play for you of Judy Mott's is one that's been a hit for quite some time. And I think was an old chant of Bob's. I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on that. But I think it was, and remixed by Judy Mott there. So, yeah, awesome. And what great music. We've been spoilt to a feast of reggae, and there's so much more to come, including reggae from Tahu, the band that we're featuring, that this show is all about. And let's not forget it, Tatauma, we have the reo in this program. In Hawaikirangi, we have the reo of the Wairarapa ki Tararua. We have the reo tūturu, the traditional reo of the Wairarapa ki Tararua, and in fact the whole of the Western Aukati, Western Division, the traditional prehistory Western Division of the country of Tiri o te Moana, which is what we called New Zealand. We didn't call it Aotearoa. We didn't even call it Hawaii Tau. Hawaii Tau we called the North Island. Aotearoa we called the South Island. See? We actually call New Zealand Te Tiri o te Moana. We call it Te Tiri o te Moana. A Tiri o te Moana is where, you know, the great rock, the great wall that the waters splash up against. Yeah. We call it that. And yeah, I mean the clouds hit those great mountain tops as well. So in that description is also, you know, the cloud waters. So that's what we call it, Tiri Tiri o te Moana. And it's more, we like that name because it's more connected with our island brothers and sisters. And also it includes the entirety of the country. It doesn't just, you know, like Sami we do. They use Aotearoa for different things. Sami we say Aotearoa is the whole of New Zealand. Sami we say it's South Island. Sami we say it's the whole country. But yeah, there's lots of different versions of that. For us, we say Te Tiri o te Moana. Yeah, it's where the water splashes up against, where the waters can be seen, the Great Wall of rock and land. Yeah, where the waters, the great tukatū moana. You know, it's like a tukatū moana is, if you look at the seas and you see a rock standing up in the middle of the waters, the great island, the great rock. In the midst of the waters, e tiri tiri ana te moana I reira. From the splashings, you get all the waters, you know, splashing up everywhere, and the great sprays of water everywhere. The same with the clouds. It's the same sort of, the whole description fits Te Tiri o te Moana. Yeah, so here we go. We've got Judy Mott coming up, e tatauma. But let's not forget, while I'm speaking English, you'll get me, you know, going in and out of te reo. And the reo I use in particular is te reo matua o tahumā kākanui matua, or the main means of communication. So in the reo that I speak, we're using reo hapu. So there's a lot of words and phrases that I use that are in particular belonging to the hapu ureta rewa hapu nui tonu of tahu mā ka nui matua, and then there's reo a hapu. And that is in particular the dialectual concepts in the reo that I use are from the dialectual concepts of that reo. The main medium, really engulfs that whole. It envelops that whole all those domains within that. Okay, and within that is also te reo ia rangi nui, te reo ia papaha uanuku. And te reo ia papaha uanuku is what I've spoken about that on Te Kai Waewae Kōrero. Anyone who's watched Te Kai Waewae Kōrero. And that particular reo is what we just nickname it. We give it a ingoa tūā, which is te reo a. Yeah, that's the reo papaha uanuku. And te reo ia rangi nui, the Sky Father, his reo, we have that in there as well. And that's te reo o. We call that te reo o. But it's really au and o. So you get almost every phrase is articulated with an au or an o. And that's why we call the reo papaha uanuku a reo a, because you tend to get a lot of come through there. It's very hard to understand the complex nature of our reo. It's not at all. You know, you can look at English, it's all one reo. It's made up of lots and lots of different reo, which is the same with te reo tahu mā ka nui matua. It's made up of a lot of different reo. But one reo in itself is made up of a lot of different reo as well. And a whole lot of different contexts, uses, advantages, karakia, all this sort of thing, all the different uses for our reo. Some of it is articulated by different brands of reo and there's different waves, and it ends up like a whole camouflagic type thing. Yeah. So, and that'll be why a lot of people find it hard to understand our reo. I find it easier to just focus on comprehensive reo and incomprehensive reo. You don't have to learn incomprehensive reo, but learn the comprehensive reo and you can't go wrong. Except when people are using incomprehensive reo, there's no way you can know that reo, because only they do. That is the tikanga, and you can't take that reo out anywhere except within your iwi. That reo stays within your iwi. And te reo o rangi nui is in particular like that. Te reo o, that has all the o sounds. It's like the beginning of that sort of stage of reo. So we're getting into the real higher levels of reo there. Some of the highest levels in the country we're getting into there. And tā puhi puhi and all that is all up there. And then we go beyond. We go into reo that's incomprehensive, like te reo kihi. Te reo kihi is in particular reo that you use at wartime, and it's only used at wartime, and no one else can understand that reo. So they don't know what you're up to. They don't know what your plans are. No one knows it. It's like camouflage in itself, but it's yours. It's your reo kihi. All of that sort of thing. In our comprehensive reo, we have like 3 levels in there. In our incomprehensive reo, first stage which goes into reo ureta rewa hapu nui tonu, and that's got 6. It's got 6 levels in there. And then you've got the last stage of te reo pō, and that's totally incomprehensive reo, including te reo kihi, which is one of the highest reo that you can have, one of the highest levels, and that's got 12 levels. Pretty complex, eh? Juri mawat e tātou mā. And while we're talking reo, te reo Tahumāka Kanui Matua has 12 reo. Okay, because there's 12 ureta rewa hapu, or 12 iwi. Within Tahumāka Kanui Matua ureta rewa hapu, hapu nui tonu. Within Tahumāka Kanui Matua iwi. That make up the entirety of the 250,000 plus people in Tahumāka Kanui Matua ureta rewa hapu, hapu nui tonu. Okay? And so it has 12 reo. I'm so thankful that not all the reo have the makeup of so much complexity as Tahumāka Kanui Matua ureta rewa hapu, hapu nui tonu has. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 reo in all, in just one reo. 21 complex stages of reo in just one reo. That's amazing, eh? And then you've got 12 different reo within the whole of the reo of Tahumāka Kanui Matua. Luckily, we just use the reo matua, or the main medium of Tahumāka Kanui Matua is used right throughout the whole of the iwi. So it's from Te Rerenga Wairua, from Te Reinga, which is the top of the north, all the way to Murihiku and Te Ano, which is down at the bottom of the south. So all from there, what I say to people is we use Te Reo Matua, or Tahumāka Kanui Matua. Why? Because every hapu, ureta rewa hapu, from within the iwi use that reo. One of those reo is Wairarapa. Now, lots of people know of the kahungunu, but the kahungunu have no ureta rewa, which makes an iwi. Kahungunu also then have no reo, and that's our finding. No one's, even after 76 years research, no reo has come to the fore. And that's what we expected, pretty much. But we looked hard enough. We did. We looked very, very hard. And, after 76 years, decided, well, we have to call it at some point. And it seemed a good time, so we did. And, so the reo of kahungunu has to be the reo of Wairarapa. And we say that every iwi, or ureta rewa hapu, has about 2 to 3 reo, all in one. Now, it's not, it's not traditional for all ureta rewa hapu to be made up of reo like that. Some may have 3, and then they have one main reo made up of about 3, and that might be te reo ranginui, te reo papa, and their reo matua. See, from within their main dialect. At 4:46 e tātou mā, kaitua I te hauwha, kaitua ke, I te hauwha ki te rima. So it's almost, it's just past 4:45. And look, e tātou mā, if we're going to get to listen to Judy Mott, why I wanted to mention that is that is one of the reo. I'll be using, hopefully, most of the 12 reo of the iwi, but just quickly, not all of the reo, not all of the iwi of Tahumāka Kanui Matua have 26 reo or 21 reo within their reo. Most of them have about 2 or 3 different reo, and in their major reo, in their main medium or their major dialect, they might have 2 or 3. So, most of them have, in the end, about 6 or 7. But 3 major reo that they tend to use, and I'll tell you why. They're their main descent lines, like for kahungunu is Rākai Nui, Tahumāka Kanui Matua ureta rewa hapu, hapu nui tonu, and Tahumāka Kanui the 2nd and 3rd. So, and their descendants are moenga wahine of those lines. So, those are the 3 reo that they use. Why? Because those are the kua whakawhanaunga hi a rātau I a rātau anō. See? Those are the interrelations that they always live within. See? So those are the reo that they all their children grow up on. So they can't help but know those 3 reo. See, that's why we say that they have 2 to 3 reo. And you didn't just grow up in ka whakawhanaunga hia koe. Kara koe haere atu ana. Pēnā no, and I'm touching on the reo again. Wahine today are masters of the reo. A lot of our wahine know the reo far better than the men. Just like how we're doing in this country for Te Puoro ki Ingi Mangu. So for all these reasons I wanted to mention the reo today, but also that is, reo, kahunu doesn't have a reo, but there are the reo of kahunu. Rā kainui, te reo rā kainui, te reo tahumāka kanui te tama, me te toru, and tahumāka kanui matuau te tārewa hapu nui toru, which is its 3rd reo. So its main reo is actually its main reo, the main reo of kahunu is waitaha rangi. It's the same for all the waitaha rangi reo. Uri, all of their descendants, they're all waitaha rangi. So that's their main reo they grow up on, and they're intermingled into the reo of Rā Kainui and the reo of Tahumāka Kanui Matua, which is their 3rd reo in terms of the importance, the significance to their reo. Yeah, because they're not, they're not first language te reo matua Tahumāka Kanui Matua people. They're waitaha rangi. Okay, and that's why. Because those are the hapuri, those are the intermingling, whakawhanaunga hi atu o ngā kaha kanui o rātau, I puta atu anō ai te uri nei ia kahunu. Okay? I roto waitaha rangi. So, and that's why our reo is arranged in that way. And then in the main reo, I know for waitaha rangi, they only have reo of papaha wenuku. They don't have a reo of rangi nui. And they, within their dialect, they include Eastern dialect. So they have an Eastern shade of dialect. So that's 1, 2, 3, they've got 3 reo within their reo. And the main dialect, te reo matua, also is waitaha rangi. See? So that's, just thought I'd mention that. And we've got a little bit of kōrero. I'll leave that for next week, a little bit of kōrero on the rangitāne nui a rangi reo. We'll talk about that next week. Here's Judy Moa, te tātou mā. Haere tonu ake nei. Iwa meniti ki te rima. Many are called, but few are chosen. Koe ana te waiatana. Many are called, na Judy Mott. E haere tonu ake nei. Kahuri.
Chosen.
Te iawe atua, tēnei ahai, te whakamue miti ake nei ki a koe. Ko koe ia nā no tēnei tiaki ake nei, manaki ake nei, ia tātai kuang. Ia mātau, tai ake anō rā, i o mātau whānau, mātau ri, whakamue miti, i te ingoa te iehua, hai kurori anō i a koe. Āmene. Nā, kia huti atu au ki tēnei o ngā waiata a Judy Mott, hei mea atu i roto i te wā, i ngā kōrero katoa o tēnei rā, kia titiki pai mai anō ai, i roto i tēnei o ngā waiata. He waiata nā, tēnei anō tētai, tēnei ake. He waiata nā rōpata i tātu anō ai e Judy. Tai hoa, aroha mai, hua tōro ake nei, kumea ake nei, roatia ake nei e ahau. Te wā, kia tere, tēnei ake ni. Tēnei anua ia. Me te waiata nā rōpata, nā te kingi. Tēnei o ngā kuini ia Judy Mott, hai whakamutu i ngā kōrero i tēnei rā Mellow Mood, ngā rōpata anō i tātu anō ai, i Judy, remixed by Judy Mott, his Mellow Mood, e tātou, kia ki te atu anō rā tātou, ia tātou, kuau, hai a tērā wiki, noho ramai, kahuri.
Good vibe.